Going on, everyone? John Matrix here. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day. This trailer came up on my YouTube feed for a game called Mortem. So wanted to take a look at it. So that's just what we're gonna do. So I don't really have any other information about this game or anything really to say about it to start with. I have no idea what kind of game it is, but the thumbnail looked intriguing, so I was like, man, let's check it out. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump in here and see what this game is all about. So we're gonna take a look at the Mortem OTK Game Expo trailer. Head on Studios, pre-alpha gameplay. Is this gonna be a Mordheim, chivalry game, multiplayer melee? Yeah, it is. Okay. Already intrigued. Choose a side. Interesting. They have guns. So there's classes that have abilities, and guns are among them. Okay. Combat looks intriguing. It looks pretty fluid, but we'll have to see when I get my hands on it. Co-op dungeon crawling. Hold up. Okay. So are we saying that this is both like a Mordheim / chivalry game that also has a like dark and darker mode to it, where we can go in and like it says, do dungeon crawling? Because if that is the case too, that is vastly more intriguing. So yeah, as I've stated, I really loved the first chivalry game when it came out. I played a ton of the first chivalry game. All the various modes that it had for it, me and a bunch of my buddies, we had a great time with the first chivalry game. And I really enjoyed Mordheim too. Both of those games, obviously there is definitely a skill gap that can happen, especially in like dueling servers where you're just 1v1ing or 2v2ing and stuff like that. The main issue for me with those kind of games, and I do understand why from like a playability developer kind of standpoint, is a lot of the times when you're swinging weapons, it feels a little slow and not quite so fluid. And I understand why they have to have that way though, because they need to be able to have some kind of counterplay, be able to actually give time for people to really read the attacks coming, to be able to block and parry and dodge and all that kind of stuff, which is why they also have feinting and yada yada in them. But for me, like, I don't know, it always just made the game it just made the games feel a little jank to me, right? Like, there isn't a game like this that has come out yet that has really had the right kind of feeling for me as far as like fluidity of movement and fluidity of combat with how your character swings and moves, etc. Now with the trailer here that we're seeing, there's a lot of like dodging, attacking one guy, blocking, moving around, etc. So maybe they got the formula right in this. Let's look at some of this again here. The block, counter, block, there's some back and forth there. And I mean, that back and forth felt pretty fluid and fast, right? Like, I mean, that was a pretty fast little back and forth like combo between them. And it seemed to get like faster as it was going. So I wonder if it is one of those things where like, yeah, as you keep blocking and countering, you're able to counterattack faster and faster until someone just messes up and the other person gets the upper hand, Now choose a side. I mean, obviously in like the chivalry games and whatnot, there were different factions, but I wonder if that matters more in this, right? Like if your side actually has something I don't know. I don't know. Your faction just has some kind of standing in it or whatever, and so like you want to level up your standing with each faction to unlock new kinds of gear or abilities, or you know, whatever the case may be. So I wonder if that matters more in this. The gun thing seems crazy. Like that just seemed crazy. But like, look at that. Like that dodge under there. Hold on, let me back up again here. The duck into that thrust, that was pretty fluid. That looked good. That whole sequence of combat right there looked good. And like some of these are the heavier weapons too that would kind of naturally be a little bit slower, and it feels pretty fluid. And like right here. Let me just go through the sequence of events again here. Let me slow this down here just a second. Back speed. Let's go to half. So boom, catches them, block, stab, duck, and then he switches his arms. He switches like his main hand like stance, you know, and then comes back. And that all like happened very like pretty quick and fluid. So like the transitioning of your stance seems very natural and fluid in this. So this could be one I definitely, you know, I'm gonna be watching. And there, right there with the pole arm, you know. This also, right, the dungeon co-op crawling has me intrigued more than anything else. You know, I enjoy Dark and Darker, but it has its issues, you know. It's never fun in a game when, you know, you're running into a group of people. It's just not fun in a game when the deciding factor of combat is just your gear. You know what I'm saying? Like when you just have no chance of fighting, of winning a battle because someone is just that much more geared than you. It's just not fun, and like not really having necessarily a way of telling exactly how geared someone is by just looking at them, you know if you need to run away or not. So if this is going to be one where it's much more about the combat itself, I'm down for that. So yeah, so there we go. Ad Mortem OTK Games Expo trailer. Very intriguing. I will be keeping my eye on this one for sure. The description says, hello folks, we're thrilled to share the Ad Mortem Kickstarter will launch this September. Sorry we've had absolutely no fundraising outside of our pitiful 9-to-5s. We'll take Ad Mortem to the next level by raising as much money as possible so we can get as many of us on the full-time grind. Want to reveal a bit more about Ad Mortem's combat mechanics of this one. Class arts, weapon arts give you access to powerful and lethal abilities from shooting your gun, rushing our enemies. They're powerful, but they come at a cost of rage. Mechanics transfer seamlessly into co-op, letting you and your friends take on increasingly challenging dungeons. Gather loot and resources to increase your combat strength and discover what it truly means to be a vessel. Unlock great powers that will allow you to delve deeper into the corrupted domain of the deities on an epic quest for retribution from the old king. Wish us now on Ad Mortem and follow us on Kickstarter. So, I mean, it sounds like the co-op dungeon crawling stuff is going to be a major factor in the game, and it might be how you get, you know, better loot and gear for fighting people in whatever the PvP mode is, if in fact the dungeon crawling stuff is not PvP. So I'm gonna keep my eye on it. Gonna be wish listing it on Steam and following on Kickstarter and seeing where this game goes. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Does this game intrigue you? Or do you guys like me? Did you enjoy the Chivalry games and Mordheim? Is this something that you're looking to hopefully take that kind of game to the next level? Are you like me where you want the combat to be a little bit more fluid and feel, I guess, a little more natural, not quite as slow and janky? Etc, etc. So Yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys are excited for this. Thank you for watching. Hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and a sub. It helps me and the channel grow, and it lets the YouTube algorithm gods know that you enjoy this kind of content and you want to see some more. So yeah, hope you're all having yourselves a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next one.